Anyway, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Was supposed to be here like a half an hour ago, but we are now at JBS slaughterhouse. I don't know what JBS stands for, but this is the largest slaughterhouse in Utah, and it is a part of the largest organization in the world for cattle slaughter. So cows, bulls, they all come here. I'm gonna try to set. I don't know if I can set. So yeah, like I was saying, this is JBS slaughterhouse. This is the largest slaughterhouse in Utah, which is crazy because they are so big that they don't even care to have a gate. These are all the trucks. The loading trucks are all right here. They don't even care to have a gate. All these other slaughterhouses, you see gates. You see them trying to hide it. This is all out in the open. It's been a long time since I've been to any slaughterhouse like this, and you know, I thought I remembered the smell, but no, this is horrendous. Yeah, this is huge. So this slaughterhouse processes, quote unquote, 500,000 cows a year. So that adds up to being 1,300 cows per day. And we're gonna give a look at these guys. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, guys. You can see that they tried to kick out and they broke the truck. But they want to be here, right? Like they just try to break out because, you know, they love it. They want to be here, you know? Yeah, they totally want to be here, covered in feces. You know, that's why they're just breaking this. And here is more. This is more. Why do we need so much? I see trucks coming in and out like fucking crazy. It's just never ending. And they're completely full. All these are completely full. And look, there's feces covering her back. Jesus fucking Christ. Covered. Absolutely covered. They have stories. Imagine just being shit on. If you know, metaphorically, it's shit to be shit on, but this is literally being shit on. Oh my goodness. You like meat that is willing to be shit on. So people like this are guys that say, you know what, it's okay for these cows to be shit on. Look how they're freaking out. Look, oh fuck, they just got shit on me. I just got shit on me because they're kicking and they're freaking out. They are fucking terrified. Holy, oh my God. I'm gonna back up. I don't want to give them more fear. I'm gonna back up just for a little bit, you know? So I wanted to talk about the numbers for a minute. But holy shit, this is so much worse. For people, like, this food is being shit on. This food is being, these are beings that you are calling food. So we're going to talk about the numbers for a minute. We're going to take a step back because there's just so many. I can't go look at that anymore, and I'm just making it worse. So I want to step back just for a little bit. We're going to just talk about those numbers. 500,000 a year. That 500,000 a year in 4 years, that is 2 million. That is comparable. This one facility, this one building is comparable to the amount of Jews that died in the Nazi Holocaust annually. In 4 years, in the same duration of in 4 years, it is comparable to the duration of the amount of Jews that died in the Nazi Holocaust. This one facility, and nobody talks about that. World War II was one of the most catastrophic things in human history. It is labeled the most catastrophic events in human history. And yet this one facility has comparable numbers of death in 4 years. Every day they have trucks pouring in like this. They were trying to break free out of the cage. They broke the cage. They broke the trailer, kicking it. And it's not even closed. There's no gate. This is all free for the public to look. Like, this is all free. They're not hiding anything. They don't feel like they need to hide anything. This is all right in front of us. People here are just like Josh here, who think this is okay. But I don't think they really pay attention. I think if they really paid attention, it might be a little bit different. I don't think they really understand that those cows are having shit being poured on them. They were freaking out in fear. In that, like, they were, I don't know if you guys heard it, they were absolutely terrified, me being there. They did not want me there. They do not want humans there. They don't want humans near them. They don't want anything to do with humans because humans have done nothing but torture them. And so Josh here, he works with cows. He's the one who thinks it's okay to put cows in trailers to then bring them into such a fucking area. Like, all these cows, let's talk about one of these cows now. We talked about the numbers. Let's talk about one now. This is what Josh thinks is okay. We're going to talk about one of these cows, what they're going to go through. We're going to talk about the individual now, because that's what's most important, is the individual, because that's who these guys are. They're individuals. So what this individual is going to go through today, after they get deposited, what they're going to go through is they're going to start going through an assembly line with all these friends or not friends. I guarantee you they don't know every single cow that's in that trailer. Maybe they do, but I don't believe they do. I'm pretty sure they're thrown in with some random cow that has nothing to do with them, which that's not very cow-like. If we're going to talk about what's natural, it's not very natural to have cows be in areas where they are in fucking crazy amount of groups that have nothing to do with us. They're not like us. They don't go to concerts, hang out with each other, with strangers. Cows are pretty much tribal beings. This is the first step, is putting them all together. Putting cows together that have no idea where they're at. They have no idea who is standing next to them, but they are following a line to then go and hear screams of cows, smell the feces, smell the blood, because a cow's nose is far different than ours. Their nose can smell for miles. So you think they don't smell the same shit that I do? You think they don't smell the same blood that I do? Well, hate to break it to you, they smell everything that is about to happen to them. They know everything that is about to happen to them. So while they're smelling this, while they're hearing the screams, they then go to the kill room. And then they get to see it. They get to see what is about to happen to them. They get to see them going in. Welcome, Jim. This is what we're doing today. This is the whole plan. They are gonna then go fake news. Dude, it's right here. It's fake news? What the fuck do you mean it's fake news, Josh? You see it for yourself. I ain't lying. What the fuck are you talking about, Josh? Oh. Fake news, he says. Josh is one of the people that hides everything from you. Go watch Dominion. For everybody who is questioning Josh right now, for everybody who might think that I might be lying and may believe, Josh, that I am fake news. Everyone who is questioning Axel right now, go watch Dominion and see for yourself what is happening in this building. Dominion will show you. This is a part of the largest corporation in the world for cattle slaughter. Again, they are so big, they don't need to hide. They're just making money. Go watch Dominion on YouTube. Thank you, 40-year-old vegan. Josh knows what happens. He's just lying. He works with these cows. Yeah, I don't know. Jobs. It should be BSJ, bullshit jobs. That's what it should be. Bullshit jobs. They got the order wrong. That's what the name should be. Because that's what they're dealing with. Bullshit. Literal bullshit. It's not even metaphorical. It's literal. They are dealing with bullshit. But anyway, we're going to get back to the story of this what these individuals are going to go through. For my fake news, once they get to the kill room, there's going to be a few ways of how this is going to go down. Most likely what happens is they're going to get a bolt gun to the head, and then it doesn't take their consciousness away, just makes it to where they're like paralyzed, essentially. It just paralyzes them when they get a bolt gun to the head. They are still fully conscious of what is happening. They are still fully aware of what is happening. And then they get their throat slit. And then they get hung while they're watching their blood drip to the ground. And that is the end of the story of where this individual is aware of their life. They go from fear to death. That is the cycle of this situation going on right here. They are going to be in fear, and then they're going to die. There is no happy ending. There is no glorifying story. There is no heroic story. It is fear to death. That's it. That's all that happens. And so, if we are to mourn any human to go through the same situation, if we were to mourn any single human to go through that same situation, why are we not mourning the cow? As you can see, They have feelings. They have sentience. They are terrified. They feel fear. You can watch everything that I just displayed right there. They are in fear. So that is all you need to know, is that when you pay for this to happen and you pay for Josh to work with these animals, for Josh, the one who works with these animals, when you pay for Josh to put animals in this situation, you are paying for fear. You might be thinking you were paying for meat, but you were paying to put individuals into fear. Why would you have a Nazi quit their job, Josh? Would you have a Nazi quit their job? I think yes, we should have Nazis quit their job. And we should have people quit this job. This is slavery. And just hunting, I'll just murder somebody, you know, I'll just go out and kill people, you know, I'll just go out and hunt humans, you know, I'll just go out and be a serial killer, you know. That is what Josh is saying. That is Josh's alternative. What do you think it is? If it was humans to be in the same situation, Jim, would it not be a Nazi situation? Ask yourself that question. If it were humans, would it not be a Nazi situation? Again, look at this. This is truck after truck after truck. Truck after truck after truck, full of sentient beings in fear. How is this not a Nazi situation? Please enlighten me. How is this not a Nazi situation? They are bred to be put into fear. They are bred to be used to be in this situation. How is that not a Nazi situation? Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me how this is an overused word, how I am over dramatizing the situation. Please enlighten me how I am being too severe with what is happening. The reason people are speaking up is because this is an atrocity, plain and simple. This is something that should not happen, plain and simple. This is why people are standing up. You can say they're vegans, you can say they're whatever, we can label ourselves as whatever, but we are just people, just like you, and we find that this is an atrocity. When we, regardless of what word you want to call us, regardless of what word we want to call you, Nazi, vegan, terrible, whatever word you want to use, this is an atrocity, plain and simple, and we are just people that are finding this to be wrong. So that is why we're speaking up today. That is why we're coming together and speaking up and saying that this needs to stop. And what's crazy is, as much as I'm talking, the fumes are getting into my throat. Like, it's not just smell anymore. Like, I taste this aroma, is what you would call it. I guess it's a taste. Because I can taste the fumes in my mouth right now. It is going into my throat. It's burning. It's fucking terrible. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, Josh, again, I'm making all this up. You know, I just had it recorded. This is all recorded. I went and showed how cows are trying to break out of this cage that they're in currently. They're breaking out of it. How am I lying, Josh? How am I the one who is lying? See, Josh here is somebody who is trying to make money, and so he is terrified of what we are doing. So he is trying to come out and say fake news like Trump. You know, he's just trying to be some Trump guy and say fake news to everything he doesn't like, because he doesn't like what we're saying. So obviously he's going to deny everything. A guilty person will deny everything and have no proof to back it up. That is what a guilty person does. They deny everything without backing up with proof. So Josh is a guilty person. He is a person that commits atrocity to sentient beings who have nothing to do with us other than to be used as slaves. That is what is happening right now with Josh. So if you were someone who follows Josh and you believe in Josh, maybe educate yourself. And if you think that I might be right, also educate yourself. Regardless of which, you should educate yourself instead of just believing one side without figuring out the proof. So watch Dominions on YouTube and see what happens inside this building that is behind me. And now we're going to get into more lies of plants feeling pain. So every animal that makes a nest in a tree is using and abusing a sentient being, right? Every time a squirrel makes a hole into a tree, they are abusing the tree. Every time that any animal uses wood as shelter, elephants knocking down trees, they are terrible beings. They are horrendous. They are doing something completely terrible, right? That's what these people want you to make. These are what plant advocates want you to believe. They want you to believe that this tree right here, when I pluck the leaf, that I am causing harm to a being that has no brain, has no nervous system, and has no evidence whatsoever that it feels anything, that it has any emotion. That is what Josh wants you to believe. Josh is an advocate to let a sentient being die and say that's okay, but if you harm that tree, you're a piece of shit. If you kill that sentient being that's struggling, trying to break out of a trailer, you're doing okay. But if you touch that fucking tree, you're doing something wrong. Think about that logic for 5 seconds. You know, think about that logic. Tree, piece of shit. Harming cows that fight for their lives, you're a good person. What sense does that make? I'm done pulling out studies, trying to prove to people, I'm done trying to explain that this tree right here is a bio-object, and I'm done trying to prove to everyone that these beings that are actively scared right now, I showed you, they're actively scared right now. And look at all these farmers, all these truck drivers are coming out, making sure that I don't come by their trucks anymore. Look at them. They're all coming out now, gathering together, scared of little old me, coming out, gathering around. They were all sitting in their trucks being lazy shitheads before I got here. But now that I'm out and about, they're all scared. If they're so worried about me showing what is happening, why do they do it? Why are they so worried if they're doing something good? Think about that. They are getting out, getting ready Why, if they're doing a great thing, they should be proud. They should be educating me. They should be coming out and being like, hey man, yeah, dude, these cows are so happy. Look at them. They're clean. They're taken care of. They're not gonna die. they're not they're not gonna die. We're taking them to a sanctuary or something like that. I guarantee you a truck driver that is taking cows to a sanctuary is gonna be the most social bird out there. They're not gonna be coming out being all worried about what I'm doing. They're gonna come out and share their story. Ain't nobody's sharing their story when they're a truck driver for livestock. Ain't nobody want to talk about that stuff. Ain't nobody want to say what good they're doing. So Josh, why don't you share that story about how awesome it is to shove hundreds of beings into a trailer that are struggling every day. Why don't you tell about that story and see how glorious you are, that you are shoving a being that is struggling to not do something that you're telling them to do, and you force them in there. Josh, why don't you tell that story? If I am fake news, why don't you share your real news of how it really goes down? Instead of just shoving out fake news. Okay, share your perspective, Jim. If it's all perspective, share your perspective. I'm sharing my perspective. If you have a counter perspective, why don't you share it? Share it with the group. We're all here. We're all here waiting for Jim to tell us his perspective of how this is such a glorious thing to do, how this is such a beautiful thing to do. Letting cows shit on each other is such a beautiful thing to do. Slitting a cow's throat is such a beautiful thing to do. Why don't you share your perspective, Jim? If it's all perspective, share yours right here with the group. Be a fucking man, Jim. You got an American flag there. I'm from Utah, USA. You see that flag? That's a Utah flag right there. I'm from Utah. So if you're a fucking, and we believe in men. So if you're a fucking man, share your perspective of how this is a beautiful fucking thing to do. Why don't you do that, Jim? If you're a fucking man, share your story. While I'm being a man and sharing their story. I'm being a man and sharing somebody else's story. So why don't you be a man and just share your own? Because that's all you can do. You can't speak on their behalf because you're going to be full of shit every time you do. Every time you talk about them, you're going to be full of shit. Guaranteed. Because I just showed the proof that they are struggling. I didn't have to just say words. I showed it. So why don't you just tell me your perspective of how this is a beautiful thing, please? And do you see how many fucking trucks are coming in? I watch these slaughterhouse shit, and it's like, maybe one every hour or so. This is like fucking every 20 minutes there's a new truck coming in. This is fucking madness. 1,300 cows die a day in this facility. Almost 1,400. It is 1,370. 1,370 cows die a day in this facility. And nobody talks about it. And now that I'm talking about it, I got Jim, I got Josh, I got other people freaking out saying I'm fake news. But it's right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is right here, right in front of your faces, right behind my face, but it's right in front of yours. You're staring at a screen. So, who's full of shit? Is it the guy with the camera who is showing you the evidence? Or is it Josh and Jim who is trying desperately to convince you everything that I am saying is full of shit. You know who's not full of shit? The cows. Because those cows are dumping it on each other. That's who's not full of shit. I could be full of shit, but I can guarantee you who's full of shit is the cows. That is who's not full of shit. Poor things, man. It is terrible. Like, this is so much worse. I was thinking that I was gonna go to like a local slaughter and show how terrible the local slaughter is, because that's terrible too. But holy shit, I think I made the right call, because this just shows you that people don't give a shit, or they just don't know. Josh, he doesn't give a shit. Jim, he doesn't give a shit. And I need you to ask yourself, do you give a shit? Do you care that you are paying for beings to struggle inside a trailer, trying to break out, trying to break free, freaking out when I just stand next to them? Ask yourself, do you care? And if not, you're a piece of shit. But not that piece of shit. You're an extra piece of shit. Not the piece of shit that lands on a cow. You're the piece of shit that is extra. You're an extra piece of shit. Like a terrible piece of shit. You're the piece of shit that makes a piece of shit land on a cow's back. That's the kind of piece of shit you are. So don't be a piece of shit. Don't be basic. Be vegan. That's all it is. That's all you got to do. This is how you solve this situation. You don't got to go out. You don't got to do some heroic shit. All you got to do is be vegan. And if you think being vegan is hard, again, I'm in a place where I have a slaughterhouse that doesn't even care to have a gate, and I can figure out how to be vegan. This is how regulated it is here. We don't care here. We are all raised the same thing that everything Josh is saying. Everything that Josh has said, you know, it's jobs, they're for us. Everything that Jim is saying, everything. I had this mindset as a teenager. And then I became a man, and I figured out this is all dumb, and this is all lies, and I can be vegan and not cause the same suffering that a human could be through. Because humans could be in the very same scenario. We could do it. It could happen. Who knows? It may happen. Who knows? Like, and I legit got shit on me. Like, rhyme intended, but also facts. Like, look at that. They kicked feces onto my foot. That's from a deposit. I told you where I'm at. I'm at Utah. Look at the flag. See? There you go. Utah, USA. Yeehaw. JBS. JBS slaughterhouse. I hope this. Alicia, I sure do. I hope there's not more shit in them. I hope they don't have to shit more and put more shit on each other. I hope they're done. Because, goddamn. Again, it should be BSJ. Bullshit jobs. This isn't JBS. This is BSJ. Bullshit Jim. How about that? Bullshit Jim. The man with the American flag, which represents freedom. But where's the freedom, Jim? Why don't the cows get freedom, Jim? Why do you got an American flag that represents freedom, but you don't believe in freedom, Jim? And fuck you, dude. Come at me. I'll dox myself. You think I'm scared of you, Jim? You're a man of lies. You're a coward. You think I'm scared of a fucking coward, Jim? Come at me, bro. You throw shit at me, man. Maybe you can throw at me, but that's about it. You could throw a bag of shit at me. What is that gonna fucking do, Jim? Like, fuck, man. You think I'm scared of a fucking coward throwing empty fucking threats at me? Defending his fucking lifestyle that induces slavery? Look at this. They're so overfilled that they can't even fucking look at that. They are so overfilled that they're coming out to the main road. How the fuck am I full of shit, man? How am I the fucking liar? Look at that, man. That is insane. Absolutely fucking insane. And he thinks I'm scared of him. Jim thinks that I'm scared of him. I'm standing in a truck. Like, there is how many truckers that could come at me right now? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 truckers. Six of these truckers could all come at me at once. And I'm scared of Jim? Fuck, man. I'm scared of fucking Jim. I am standing in a truck, in a fucking field load of people who could come and fight me right now. And I'm scared. Holy shit, man. I'm talking shit on every one of these motherfuckers, and I'm scared of Jim? Man. The cows are absolutely silent. They are not making any moves. They are absolutely in fear and in shock, Alicia. So no, I do not hear the cows. They are making no sound. They are in absolute shock, and they are in absolute silence, just waiting for their fate. Exactly, Mason. But these are the kind of people, this is the kind of people that Jim are. They think they can induce fear because they induce fear to those who don't have a voice. I, on the other hand, do have a voice, you know? I ain't scared of fucking Jim. Jim picks on beings that he raised to be in fear. Why the fuck would I be scared of somebody who raises somebody to be in fear? Makes no fucking sense. Oh yeah, Jim. Oh yeah, Jim. I'll highlight you. I'll give your moment of fame. We'll make the moment about you for a brief moment. But it's not just about you, Jim. It's about what you do, Jim. That's what we're highlighting. So you might feel confident, Jim. You might feel proud, Jim, in what you do. But it's what you do that I have a problem with. I don't give a fuck about you, Jim. Why would I care? Why would I care about you? Who the fuck are you, Jim? You're just a man who induces fear into poor beings that can't even speak for themselves. But America, the land of the free. What fucking freedom is this? Who is fucking free here? Who in this area, who is fucking free? The drivers aren't even free, man. They're manipulated into thinking that it is okay to slit a cow's throat. That's okay. Imagine being told that as a little boy. You're a little boy and your daddy tells you, you know what, son? This is a cow. You might think you love them, but you're gonna have to slit their throat, son. And that's okay because they're a cow. Imagine being told that as a little boy. It's fucking crazy, man. It's okay to slit someone's throat because they're not a human. Imagine being told that. I don't even have to imagine. I was that boy. Except it was my mom telling me that. It wasn't my dad, it was my mom. My dad was a chef, though. My dad did hunt. So, you know, he did the same thing. He raised me and told me, you know, like he made some ribs I thought were the world, man. I thought they were the best thing on earth. Ribs. A being's rib cage I thought was heaven. But that was after somebody went through hell to get onto my plate. That's crazy to think about. I feel like such a piece of shit. But you know, at the end of the day, we are just beings that are taught that this is okay. We are just beings that are taught, you know, that these beings don't matter as much as we do. We are just beings that are told, you know, this is all right. We're not harming anyone. They're not as smart as we are. They're not able to build structures. And I would agree, a cow is not able to build some contraption like this to enslave others and raise them to having their slit throat or their throat slit. See, I can't even talk right now. This fucking fumes are getting to me. I'm starting to get lightheaded. I'm gonna have to go. This is so fucking horrid. You know, I've been here for an hour. I'm fucking getting like lightheaded. These fumes are fucking, like you would think you would get used to the fumes. You don't. You don't see them. So we're gonna take one more pass. We're gonna do one more pass. I'm gonna go. Because, these fumes are getting to me and I'm getting lightheaded. And the only reason I haven't done let the animals do the talking, to whoever has said that, I can't read the name, is because it's putting them through more fear and I didn't want to do that. But as you can see, covered in feces. Oh my goodness. They are covered in black so you can't even see them. They are suffering in the shadows. I am so sorry. Foam coming out of the mouth. Covered in feces. Absolutely silent. They're not screaming for help because they know help's not coming to them. Help is not coming. And that is terrible. I wish I could help you guys. And I'm doing the best I can. And I'm sorry that I am not good enough. But I am trying. I am so sorry. And every one of those trucks that you have seen today, the huge amount of trucks are filled with individuals like this. Every single one. And you just saw them come in and come in. It wasn't a little bit. It's never ending with this place. It is so much worse. Like, I've seen slaughter. You know, sometimes scale really puts in perspective of how little people care. But I think I'm done. That's it for me. I can't do this too much, and I can't do this anymore. The fumes are making me lightheaded. My throat is burning. My nose is burning. And so I think I'm done for today. Thank you all for listening. Don't be like Jim. Don't be like Josh. Don't be basic. Be vegan. And you know what? Speak up for these guys. Because they need you. We all need you. We all need you to speak up for them. We're going to speak up for them regardless if you do it or not. But you know, every voice is needed. So, I love you all, unless you're not vegan. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.